coming up.
The Gelbvieh cattle have been extremely impressive.
We had over 60% of the steers came back prime. The market trend is 5%.
And later,
nobody can ever knock the black baldy cow, and that's why we have both Hereford and Angus.
see how the multi-breed programs of two seed stock producers benefit their customers. Next on The American Rancher. Hello and welcome to The American Rancher. I'm Pam Minnick. Located an hour from Kansas City, Judd Ranch has been producing profitable and functional cattle since 1981. The Judds have three breeds, Gelbvieh, Red Angus, and Balancers. And their goal is to produce bulls that are deep, thick, and structurally sound. They've also stacked generations of easy calving, high maternal genetics with performance and superior beef traits. In fact, their commitment to producing top females runs so deep that the American Gelbvieh Association has recognized Judd Ranch as the #1 Dam of Merit program in the country for 21 of the past 23 years. But decades of success doesn't just happen. It starts with satisfied customers like these.
I'm Bob Blazer. We're from Falcon, Missouri. My wife, daughters, and I run a 200-cow herd. I think we're a lot like a lot of other farming enterprises and ranch operations where we've tried other breeds. And through the years, in 2012 to be exact, we came to our first Judd Ranch sale here at Pomona, Kansas. Came with the idea of looking into the Gelbvieh breed, had no desire, no interest at that time to purchase a bull, and as it turns out, we went home with 2 bulls from that first sale in 2012, which we've now put everything into our genetics as a Gelbvieh Balancer herd. It was the pluses that we saw from the maternal strength, the docility in the bulls, the quality of what the breed has to offer that really attracted us to come out, take a look at Judd's sale.
The first thing Gelbvieh is known for is their mama cows. The ability for those girls to milk and produce big weaned calves and then also, you know, just continue to provide the growth. So we really wanted to focus on the maternal side, but we can't lose that power and the carcass traits. And I think the Judd cattle probably put the best all-around picture together that really, the perfect bull, I think usually, you know, you can find here.
Pounds paid. Pounds paid. You know, that's what we want is, you know, we want to have the biggest, best calves that go to market. Our goal is to eventually, you know, take calves plumb to the feedlot and onto the processing plant and see how they hang on the rail, you know, and we want something that'll hang on the rail good, you know, to try to make that extra dollar also.
The Judd genetics on the carcass side has just been phenomenal. We like finishing them out and sending them graded yield because we get the reports back and we know which animal graded how. 2 years ago, the data that we received back, we had over 60% of the steers that we sent graded yield came back prime. And we didn't realize how good that was until we were speaking to a couple of people that work for UW-Madison, the university, and they said, well, you realize that up here, the market trend is 5%. So when we're talking 60 and the market average is 5, no wonder everybody was so awed by what we did. So we were very, very happy, which is why we come back.
I think it's the integrity of what the Judd family has in the beef industry and what we've witnessed now, having worked with them and their genetics for 5 years. There's other producers that have worked with them longer, but those core values, the integrity, the sincerity side of it, you know, if there's a problem, they're only a phone call away and they always answer the phone. That's the same principles that we try to function, those parallel interests, trying to implement that, and the sincerity to help us grow our business, because without that, without our customers, we wouldn't be where we are, and in the same token, we wouldn't be where we're at if it wasn't for Judd's, you know, giving us some of that genetic base, but also standing behind the animals as needed whenever.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. The story of Judd Ranch began in 1981 when Dave and Cindy bought the ranch in East Central Kansas. Today, it ranks as one of the top 100 largest seed stock operations in the country. But in many respects, the Judds have done it unconventionally. Early on, they saw opportunities in producing Gelbvies, a highly maternal and performance breed that's complementary to Angus. And by doing so, they've provided their customers with genetics that balance calving ease, growth, carcass, and fertility, and also infuse their herds with heterosis, which improves health, longevity, and performance. The Judd Ranch Complete Package has translated into high demand from the commercial industry. In 2020, 35 of their top-selling 40 bulls sold to commercial customers. Dave Judd shares his family story and his breeding philosophy.
So I told the family I wanted it to be a full-time job when we started out, and now it's 3 full-time jobs. But Judd Ranch is basically 100% seed stock operation. We're running right at 800 cows. We develop about 250 to 300 replacement heifers every year. This fall we calved about 486 cows, and out of those cows, literally no assists because of birth weight, and run extensive AI programs. The Gelbvies cattle have really been extremely impressive as far as the fertility on the cattle and the milking ability of the cattle, all in one package. It seemed like the Gelbvies have done really well, and they seem to be extremely adaptable to most climates. So we truly feel the Gelbvies excel in growth, fertility, milking ability, which kind of goes along with growth. And we have bred these cattle where they're extremely easy calving and right there on the cutting edge on birth weight. Most of our customers realize the value of the maternal traits that we have to offer. They have gotten to be, so many of them, really good friends, tremendous producers, and the pounds of calves that we wean off of some of those operations, especially when you look at the locations that they're in, is just pretty phenomenal. They know where they want to go, and it's up to us to try to furnish them genetics that are going to get them where they need to be. Probably the largest benefit to some of those maternal traits is the longevity of the cows, as well as, you can keep cows longer, save a lot less replacement females, and have to calve a lot less heifers. So, put it in a nutshell, save a ranch a lot of money. The maternal traits, especially if you infuse them into a crossbreeding program with other breeds and some of these other herds, you just maximize the longevity and fertility in those cows. Once that cow gets past that second, third calf, they're just so much easier to manage. Less feed, you just turn them out on the grass, maybe give them just a little bit of protein, and those cows are going to do it for you every year. Out of the 313 bulls that we sold last year, the average birth weight on those bulls was 79 pounds. So that tells you, you know, if that's the mean, that means those bulls basically went from about 88 or 9 pounds down into the 60s on birth weight. Well, I guess the way we select for both docility and teat, udder quality would be, we score those cows the minute that calf hits the ground. And so when we take teat udder scores, it's before the calf ever gets up. We're looking at the udder before it's ever been touched. We feel like the maternal strength of the Judd Ranch herd is as high as about any herd in the nation. From a production standpoint, the Gelbvies are second to none, and as far as we're concerned, that's what keeps you in the cow business. It's just incredible where these cattle have come in the last 30 years. They're so docile, such good mothers, and so easy to work with. It makes a guy that's getting older like me think he can do it for quite a few more years.
The Judd Ranch Complete Package, calving ease, growth, carcass, and fertility, and a proven source for heterosis. The Judd Ranch 2021 spring sale features 210 head of fall yearlings and 99 spring-born bulls. 198 head are black and polled, and 290 head are homozygous polled. Average actual weaning weights for all bulls was 894 pounds. Average actual birth weight was a low 80 pounds. And for calving ease, direct EPD, the Judd Ranch bulls rank in the top 20% of the Gelbvieh breed, top 15% for balancers, and top 25% for Red Angus. Judd Ranch 43rd Annual Bull Sale takes place on March 6th in Pomona, Kansas, 1 hour south of Kansas City. The internet live broadcast is on liveauctions.tv. Quality acceptance is guaranteed on all sight unseen purchases, and free trucking is offered in the continental U.S. on purchases of $20,000 or more. Trucking is typically very affordable, as Judd Ranch bulls annually sell into 20-plus states. Visit juddranch.com to learn more. After the break,
it adds several traits that you're not going to get through any other straight bred type commercial cattle.
another seed stock producer is getting results for their customers with multi-breed genetics. You're watching The American Rancher.